course, to the National Asian Pacific American Museum Commission for working so hard, literally traveling the country to host these listening sessions to ensure that the voices of our Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander communities are being heard from coast to coast. This year marks the 250th anniversary of America, a historic milestone and an opportunity to honor the history and contributions of our Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders who helped build and shape our great nation. From the Filipino sailors that arrived in Morro Bay, California in 1587, long before the Pilgrims sailed to America, to the Japanese Americans who honorably served as members of the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, the most decorated military unit in history, to the Native Hawaiian teachers that established immersion schools to save the Hawaiian language, and the Asian American athletes who are currently competing for medals at this year's Winter Olympics, to our very own men and women who have served in our American Armed Forces, thank you. Our history is American history. Our stories deserve to be honored and told for generations to come. And that's why, especially in this time in history in our country right now, it is so exciting. I'm so excited for the work that this commission has been doing. And I want to give another round of applause for our commissioners. If you could raise your hand again, you'll hear from them over there. Them and the team have been working so hard. But the work that the commission has been doing puts us one step closer to having a national museum for us and by us. In 2022, my bill establishing this bipartisan commission was signed into law, and this commission has the important duty of turning this vision into a reality. I will say that by the time my bill was signed, it wasn't a new bill. It was actually a bill that had been around for more than 5 years. There was very little interest. There wasn't even a sponsor on the Senate side. And then, as everyone remembers, the pandemic happened. And sadly, people were looking for ways to be allies and to help us and to support the community. When I spoke to Majority Leader Senator Schumer and Senator Mazie Hirono, they said, you know what, I think the moment is now. And literally within weeks, this bill that had been in hold for years suddenly got passed. And so sometimes that's just an example, as painful as some moments in our history can be. We can definitely think of ways to turn them into something hopeful. But as you'll hear later this year, this commission will submit a report to Congress and the President with their recommendations for how a potential future museum can best capture the depth, complexity, and richness of our history. And the listening sessions, your conversations are critical to these efforts. And I can't think of a better year, 250 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, to demonstrate to Congress and the President how vital and how American the AAPI community is to the fabric of our country. So whether your family passed through Ellis Island, immigrated to the sugarcane plantations of Hawaii, or fled war-torn areas as a refugee, our stories of courage and hope, determination, and grit beautifully encapsulates the American dream come to fruition. And in raising my sons, I want them to know that they have a place in our American history. I do want to give a shout out to any students who are in the room today. Raise your hand if you're a student. This is for you guys, okay? We must work together to create a future where our children see themselves, not as a footnote or stereotype, but a cornerstone of our nation and an integral part of America's identity. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the stories and thoughts and input today, and thank you all for being here.